we see Team Zenith getting harshly scolded by Kashimoto. Did you really think I wouldn't notice? Do you take me for a fool? Not at all. We felt like we hadn't improved anywhere near as much as the other team when we ran against them in the practice match. So, that's not for you to concern yourselves with. It is! You worked so hard to tailor individual training regimens for us, and yet we still failed you. It's our fault we're not good enough, and if it means putting in extra hours in rise to your standards, then I never asked any of you to do something so unnecessary. All of you needed to do is run the way that I say. That is it. I'm telling you this for your own sakes. It seems I've gotten a little worked up. Practice is over for today. Allow me to enlighten you all on why Miss Kashimoto is so excessively strict on her athletes. Perk up those ears for me. Dr. Akikawa explains that Miss Kashimoto was once a trainer who respected the freedom of the umamusume she oversaw. She developed a close relationship with her trainee, and they achieved amazing results in the Twinkle series. But then, the Unity Cup began, pitting teams of racers up against one another. I wonder what it's like to race in a team. I'll get to train together with other umamusume too, right? I've never had that many friends before, but I'm so excited. I am too. I look forward to seeing how you improve in the days to come. However, the other team members' abilities were below average, and the gap between them and Miss Kashimoto's trainee was stark. You want to do extra training in your own time with the rest of the team? But I know the Twinkle series should be my priority, I know, but I feel like I could teach them a lot. I want to help them to the best of my abilities. Please, trainer. Her trainee worked hard to bridge the gap between herself and her teammates. You seem exhausted. Your graded race in the Classics is coming up, so maybe you should refrain from running in the next Unity Cup match. But if I don't run with them, our team ranking is bound to drop. It's been so hard to get this far, and I don't want to forfeit all of our hard work. I want to do this. Very well. I'll respect your wishes. Kashimoto was afraid that putting the brakes on their training would ruin the team's camaraderie. So she decided to trust in her trainee and her team. However, one day, a runner has just taken a fall just before the third corner. Is she okay? The sound of sirens echoed across the racecourse. Her poor form and resulting fall was due to a stress fracture. She must have been overworking herself quite significantly. There will be no lasting problems in regards to her everyday life, but in terms of her career as a racer... Oh, fuck. Following that accident, Miss Kashimoto's training could no longer run professionally and ended up dropping out of Tracen Academy. Oh, fuck, man. This wouldn't have happened if I had paid closer attention to her. A tragic conclusion. Miss Kashimoto blamed herself for letting her trainee follow her emotions to the point of ruin. As a result, she developed an uncompromising belief that total control over her racers is the only way to keep her safe. Injuries are a certainty to happen in sports, honestly. It's something that the biggest comparison I can compare it to is like professional wrestling. There's a movie, The Wrestler, and it very accurately describes quite a few things. The character, what was his name and whatnot? Randy the Ram Robinson is a very aged wrestler, and he's been doing this for quite a while. He struggled with a couple of things, and his body eventually gave out from injuries he had accrued over his career, illegal drugs that he had acquired all over his career, and a lot of other things. eventually leading him to have a heart attack. Mind you, he was in his older age. And when the doctor tells you, as you can exercise, but it has to be moderate, and your response is, "Doc, I'm a professional wrestler," and the doctor tells you that's not a good idea. Because of the stress that your body has gone through, your body won't be able to let you do these things. You have to retire. That's a heartbreak situation right there. Now, imagine, without the age, that happening to somebody who's in their prime. Like, professional wrestlers in their youth nowadays is like 19 to 25. Imagine that happening in the midst of your career. That shit right there is something that scares the ever-loving hell out of me when it comes to sports or sports entertainment. Someone who is in the peak prime condition and they get just 1 ounce of and it's all over. I have seen that story too many damn times in sports, and it's always heartbreaking because you can see the love that they have for the sport that they've trained, sometimes more than all of their life with. ACL injuries, Achilles tendons, torn pectorals, dislocated shoulders, broken necks, spinal fractures, any sort of injuries. Hell, there's even been one instance where somebody in a rugby field has had their eye gouged out from an improper tackle, and the thumb just like dives in and just like ruins their vision forever. That shit right there is always disheartening to see because that's the nature of sports sometimes. Same thing with running, despite how also happens in soccer. Oh yeah, imagine all of the freaking torn skin burns over there for like sliding on the grass, unprotected shins. It's ridiculous sometimes. It is so insane the amount of physicality that they require, and it's also heartbreaking the amount of physical requirements for that. People have died from getting hit with the ball. Exactly! Like, anytime there's like anytime I watch baseball and the batter hits the ball from the pitcher and the ball goes directly towards the pitcher's skull, quick reflexes are not enough and then boom! Right across the head. Those kinds of injuries scare the ever-loving shit out of me. Despite me not experiencing them, hell, despite one of my injuries that I have gotten, not even going from sports, but from sports-related stuff. Broke my ankle from a bike racing accident. Eventually, like, slipped and fell once I got home, and then it was a compound fracture, and that was not fun. But stuff like that, without the proper rehabilitation, kiss your career in any sort of sports goodbye. Because there is no way that's going to help. And I am always so grateful to hear that whenever there are injuries that are not career-threatening, that they heal up and they come back stronger than ever before. But any sort of injury like that is so fucking heartbreaking, dude. So, and not only that, from the coach's perspective, from teammates' perspective, hell, in professional wrestling, one of the biggest rules is you have to protect your opponent. If you're the one that inflicted that injury upon another person and it ruined their career, congratulations, you are now deemed too unsafe to work and it can ruin yours as well. And a whole hell of a lot of people are now wondering why sports players get paid so much as they do. It's to take care of all their fucking injury bills. Amazing! You're getting so fast! Which is great, but what? Nothing. Just don't overwork yourself, okay? Thanks for the concern, but I'm having so much fun right now. You don't have to worry about me. Yeah. We continue training until the day right before the Tenno show. Nothing beats a nice hot bath. Suzuka? What's with the compress on your leg? Oh, it hurts a little, so I thought it'd be best to put it on, just in case. What? But tomorrow's? It's okay. I can still run. Wait, just think about it. So, you want me to withdraw from the Tenno show tomorrow? Well, I know you're unbelievably strong, Suzuka. You could run on and on without slowing down for even a second. And my heart feels so full every time I see you do just that. But that's exactly why I'm worried about you. If something were to happen, then please, I don't know what I'd do if you couldn't run. Right. I forgot. The Autumn Tenno Show, 1998. Silent Suzuka, the real-life horse, took a massive lead out in the middle of the racetrack. So massive that it was scary. We thought everyone who was in attendance watching thought, yes, Suzuka's gonna get the W. And then she gets injured while running. Left foreleg, a shattered bone. And in the middle of all that, even while in the lead, even while injured, Suzuka goes off to the side, protecting the jockey, protecting all of the other racers to make sure not to run into them, puts the jockey down, and lays there. Is then put in an ambulance and sent off. And the injury was beyond repair. That horse was 4 years old. Listen, Spei. I could never have made it where I am now on my own. My only reason I've managed to get so far is because you and the trainer believed in me. As I am right now, as we are right now, I just know the scenery will be truly incredible tomorrow. But Suzuka, we're umamusume. We're all gonna reach our peak at some point or another. What if right now I'm the fastest I'll ever be? Tomorrow's race can be the only chance I will have to compete at my very best. So please understand, Spei. She's right. Umamusume can't maintain their peak condition forever. Once they pass their prime as an athlete, their abilities will decline. You're not being fair! Doesn't that just mean that no matter what I say, I can't stop you? I'm sorry, Spei. But I'll be okay. You have to believe me. Promise me you'll come back safe. The words with Special Week sent Silent Suzuka off are short, but heartfelt. Today's Autumn Tenno Show will also go down in history. And there's the hot pick! Silent Suzuka, done brilliantly in the graded races up to this point, but will she manage to hold out in the end? Let the Autumn Tenno Show begin! Suzuka! Just as we all expected, she refuses to give up the lead and takes first once again. The otherworldly frontrunner who leaves all her opponents in the dust in a flash of lightning looks rather subdued as she approaches me. Trainer, I'm really sorry for how unreasonable I was about the race. I didn't mean to, but I essentially forced you into letting me participate. But still, I'm so glad I was able to run in the end. The scenery was so beautiful that my heart is still pounding just thinking about it. She's usually talkative and almost breathless with excitement, though I can't help but smile at her. I am still concerned about her leg. How is it, by the way? Your leg? It's alright, don't worry. I can still do some light running on it. But I think I should focus on recovering for a while. Wait, what? Why are you so surprised? Well, I never thought I'd hear you prioritize rest. Well, I guess it's a bit out of character for me. What happened? It's kind of a long story, but when I was turning the third corner during the race, there was a split second where I couldn't move my leg. I'm sure it was because it was already weakened. But I was so afraid I nearly lost all my heart. I was so close to the scenery I wanted to see so badly. All I needed to do was push myself a bit longer. But I was scared. I thought about how the next step I took might be my last. How I might never be able to run again. But then I heard a voice call out my name. Yours. Oh yeah, I think I was cheering for you. Your voice made me remember the promise we made. No matter what happens, I'll come back to you. I promise. I know you will. I'll be waiting for you at the finish line. And without thinking, I had taken the next step. Once I had, I found my stride again, and I was sprinting past the finish line before I realized it. The scenery beyond the finish line was unbelievably beautiful. It was then that the thought crossed my mind that, together, we can overcome anything that stands in our way. I thought the Tenno show would mark the end of my athletic peak, but I realized it far too early to decide something like that. The glow of the setting sun makes her fervent expression sparkle brilliantly. Deep in my heart, I still want to see more and more beautiful scenery and push my limits even further. I know I can manage it, as long as I'm with you. That why you wanted to take some time off to recover? That's right. Her soft smile betrays a rare sense of embarrassment. Once my leg's healed, let's go out and search for more beautiful scenery, yeah? It's a deal. And so the Tenno show becomes the critical turning point in our journey together. After focusing on her recovery, Silent Suzuka is back to full health and we're ready to challenge her limits again.